So ever since I posted that the original video that I did on the Reilly palette, I've had people asking me questions, and someone actually posted on the comment section in the video that that they hoped that I would take and talk some more about how to use the Reilly palette. And so I thought I'd go ahead and put this together right now. I've never done something like this before, but it's where I'm trying to run 2 video cameras at the same time, and hopefully it all works out. But anyways, we'll get right on it. The bottom line with the Reilly palette, if I can grab a brush here. The bottom line with the Reilly palette is it really gives you the ability to do gradients quite easily. Now what I mean by that is you can take and you can run from light to dark in any given section quite easily. This is actually a piece that I'm just wrapping up right now, and so you can see up in this section right here, say on the cheekbone, and this light, this reflected light coming back in here and so forth. You know, a lot of that stuff is achievable just simply because you know what this value is here. We'll say it's this is the value of the cheek. Of course, it's got more red in it, what have you. But the point is, you've got this value, and you want to take and you want to lighten that up just a little bit. All you have to do is take and just reach up to the next value or half value, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Reach up to the next half value and take and plug that in, and you can get those little those gradients quite easily. As far as how I was trained originally, this is the way that this is set up. This top row up here, these are all grays, and these are actually cool grays right here. You can actually take and have another set of grays right here that are warm, and a warm set of grays can be done with raw umber all the way up to white. So here we've got a cool set of grays, and then, as I've said, you could take and put a warm set of grays there if you thought you want to. I've never done that personally, but I know that you know, that has been done, and that's in fact how I was trained, that's an option. In my universe, because all the rest of this palette, you know, I mean, there's some exceptions down here, but all the rest of this palette is so hot that if I have a set of cool grays like this, it's a nice foil for this hot nature, or, you know, I mean, my palette is, again, aside from this stuff right here, my palette, this core part of my palette, is predisposed to be pretty hot, and so a cool set of grays up at the top here works quite well with that. When Reilly taught this was actually, these were called neutrals. This is your neutral. And so anytime you take and you have a color, and you're going to take and you're going to run your color down, you know, everything is kept in line, just like this. So if I'm going to take and have a value, as I've said, so we'll say like the cheek right here, and the cheek is in the shadow is this value right here. Everything is going to be, if I'm going to take and have a red, put a red here, and gee, it's too saturated, this is too saturated. All I have to do is take and, so for example, I'll take and put a red right here, and if it's too saturated, all I have to do is reach up and get this gray and desaturate it just like that. Really simple. And same thing here. Of course, the same thing applies. We'll start with a gray, and we'll say that we want to add some red into the gray. Same thing. And so it gives you great control. There are also half values you can take, and you can actually there are times I'll take and I'll grab a cool gray up off this value, and then I'll take and blend it with a red here and so forth, and I'll take and come up with half values. And these are all numbered sequentially. This is 0 through 10. I've got 10 as my white and 0 as my absolute dark or black. And I've gone ahead and given the colors in the first video. This is This is just ultramarine blue. I would typically have the ultramarine blue right out of the tube sitting here, and I've just taken and used that to build this abbreviated set of the scale, because that's really all that I needed for this particular piece. I just needed this range of blues there. Same thing here. This is quinacridone and rose, and I didn't need anything but this right here for some of these pinks. So that's probably about it, really. I mean, you've got these half values again between these two, and you know, as far as the basic concept and basic design, what you do, you take and you create an underpainting. I did with this. You create an underpainting, and then you just come back in over the top of it. And in my instance, I tend to work from dark to light, and so I would go ahead and start laying in the darks first, and of course I would be down here in the bottom of the scale as I take and I do that, and then I take and I head up toward the lighter part of the register, these values that are set here like this. So hopefully that helps. You know, if you've got some more questions about this, I'd be happy to go ahead and try to answer them as I have time to do that. I'm pretty busy, but on the other hand, if I get time and you pose the questions in the comment section, I'll see if I can answer them.